So I've taken the last 2.5 weeks off playing Hunt, mostly just to play some other games, chill out, have a little bit of a break, prevent burnout from the game, because, that is a real thing that people get, and, we want to avoid that when, this is my favourite game ever. I don't want to burn out from it, so taking a nice little break works really well. However, it's been 2 weeks. I am now rusty. And I have my fluctuations as it is anyway in terms of performance in Hunt. So, really want to answer today, what is my best ways of kind of getting over that rust, getting over that shaky feeling of haven't played the game in a while, how good am I going to do, all that kind of thing, and just kind of, go through what I do and what my process is. And really, to start off with, it's very much don't expect to go in and be winning. You are going to lose your first game. To be honest, I have this mentality of the first game of the day anyway. I work on the basis that my first game, regardless of if I've been playing, 4 weeks every day solid, my first game of the day, I always expect that I'm going to lose. I always expect that I'm going to lose a character. And, for 2.5 weeks off, expect to lose. Just expect to lose. You're going to. It's fine. Don't take in a level 50 hunter that you've got laying around, from ages ago. Take a new hunter. Don't get any expensive weapons. You're going to lose the first game. Secondly, is pick something you're comfortable with. Pick a gun that you're comfortable with. I've said this before, I love the Sparks. I'm very comfortable with the Sparks rifle. I think it's fantastic. It is fantastic. Hearing the Sparks go off from somewhere else obviously scares the living daylights out of me because I know what it can do. It's a fantastic gun, and for me, it puts me in a very careful mindset because you've got one shot, and if you don't, if you miss that shot, you've got to be ducking and diving, you've got to be running away, you've got to be avoiding, moving around. You've got to keep moving with it, which I very much enjoy doing, and it gets me in that mindset really quickly. So I don't take anything too special. I'm sticking with the Sparks. It's my go-to weapon for coming back, or like a new character or things like that. Because it is nothing, it's a great gun, but it's a single shot. You have to be accurate with it. You have to be accurate with it, and it just gives you a chance to dial in that sense again, because that goes away really quickly. And so this first game, I was definitely starting to feel a little bit like, okay, right, I'm trying to remember what I'm doing, trying to get used to just controlling everything again and dialing in my aim and all that kind of thing. And so the first encounter I went up against in this game, it was very much a case of, okay, this is going to be interesting. How is it going to go? The other thing I suggest doing is don't play on a laptop. I do this all the time. My trackpad on my laptop is huge. And I love using my trackpad every now and then for work stuff and all that kind of thing. But for gaming, it kind of gets in the way a little bit, and I know I can disable it before I get comments saying, oh, you should just disable your trackpad. Yes, I know I can, but I find myself holding the movement keys and then accidentally touching the trackpad and firing. I do it not all the time, but I do it every now and then, and you just scaring the living daylights out of the person I'm playing with. But yeah. So here we go. So I went for Rotjaw straight away just because I was cross-passing it at the start, and I was like, well, let's take Rotjaw. It's not a bad way to start the game. I'd say this is very early on in the game as well. But we have to people, you know, paying attention to the fact that I've got Rotjaw, got the bounty, and they're just kind of chilling back here. And I think what they were doing was trying to cut me off from an exit. I wasn't planning to go to an exit, so I didn't really check where the exits were on here. I just kind of was like, well, I'm going to go for the other bounty because I want to go for the other bounty, you know. I'm not playing necessarily to win, I'm playing to get used to the game again. So just grabbing a bounty and running away doesn't really do me any, doesn't help me in any way. Getting into fights like this helps me. Getting that first kill was like, oh, okay, good. I can still do it. I've still got it. I'm just a little bit rusty. Just try shooting in the air. But yeah. Taking out a duo in my first encounter was really helpful focus again. Because that's the other thing, it's just building up that confidence and knowing that actually you can take on these encounters. Sure, not every encounter will go your way, but you can do it, you have the ability to do it, and sometimes it's just you're up against someone who's better, or you know, who's got a better position or has got a better gun for the situation, you know. Rather than just thinking, you're just not very good, or you're rusty, you know, it's just a bad way of thinking about it. It's hugely a mindset thing, especially when you've got, you know, a few thousand hours in the game. You know, I'm running on about 1,500, I think, or maybe just a little bit under. But yeah, really important to just try and have a good mindset when you go into it. Easier said than done, I know. I also decided to take the baseball bat. So as I said, I have a gun that I'm very familiar with, which is the Sparks. But I was like, my second weapon, I kind of wanted to try something new. And sometimes, like, getting over a rusty period with a new weapon can feel quite good, because you're kind of I say relearning the game. I mean, for me it's only been 2.5 weeks, so I know what I'm doing in the game. It's just, you know, you're getting used to you're dialing in the senses again, you're dialing in that eye. You know, that can be quite a good time to pick up a new gun or pick up a new weapon that you haven't necessarily used that much of. And honestly, the baseball bat, or as I affectionately call it, the bonk stick, is something I haven't really played before. But I know I've got friends who have played a lot with it, and I've seen a lot of people. I've seen the videos online with people playing with the bonk stick, and it looked incredibly fun. And I was like, you know what, I need to properly give this baseball bat a go. My other recommendation is to also just, you know, with the first game especially, your first couple of games back, is to, because, you know, you're probably going to lose. Like, let's face it, you're rusty, you're probably going to lose. I've said this. I always expect to lose my first round or two and just go out in a abysmal manner. Because I have that mindset, I'm kind of like, let's just go for it. Let's just ball, you know. Let's just let's go for the double bounty. Let's push teams. Let's actually you know, try and try and get stuck in there and fight, you know, rather than sitting back and going for the stealthy option, which I think would be the natural thing to do, because, you know, you're rusty, you probably might feel a bit nervous, you're going into the game again, you might feel a little bit almost scared, to be honest. Let's face it, it's meant to be a scary game. And let's face it, players do sometimes scare me. Yeah, sometimes you just need to just push and just go for it, and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna die, doesn't matter. Let's just try. Let's just engage, you know. So yeah, rotating around on this guy here, he's got this shotgun, which is not great for me, and I'm very aware that we've got this other person out in the distance who turns out he had a sniper. Good thing is, because he's got flechette, in this case, in this kind of distance, doesn't really hurt too much. It's just the bleeding that kind of sucks. Went for the ambush, but I had no real luck there. Moved away before he could. Running into his own trap though, you gotta love it. This is one of those moments where it's like, okay, I know he's over there. Is he gonna peek at his side, or is he just gonna sit there? I think he's just gonna sit there. And I think he actually backed out into the other little cabin where the generator is. So I'm definitely at a slight disadvantage here. That was rough. Just stopping that bleed, it was a bit rough. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite get up in time with that one, which yeah, a little bit rough. But like I said, I'm not going in expecting to win the first game. I'm going in trying to get confidence back, and trying to just use weapons that I know and love, and yeah, just try and play the game and actually get some kills. I have no idea where that second hive came from. I think it spawned in as I passed it, which, you know, kind of, come on, you know, and pain in the ass really. But so yeah, up into Pearl, which is where the boss ended up being. A pretty quiet game this time. So yeah, one of the things that I unexpectedly started to struggle with was sneaking and ducking, or sprinting and ducking. That's the one. Yeah, so I've been playing Minecraft over the last couple of weeks. Just been some fun game, some fun time. But turns out sprint and duck are switched around in Minecraft compared to hunt, and that messed me up. It messed me up massively. Sprinting and holding down control, which was actually my crouch button, or trying to sprint somewhere, and then I'm suddenly finding I'm ducking. I'm like, what's going on? And that's, yeah, sometimes, I mean, it goes with any games, and I'm sure many of you have had this, where you've been playing one game and you start trying to, you know, do something, press a key that's actually not in the game at all. I actually found it when I was playing Minecraft. I kept trying to switch my weapon to the by using Q and quickly swap my weapons. I was doing it all the time. I was like, wait a minute, this is not working. I was just kind of sitting there chilling, you know, waiting, listening, and I looked away for not that long, just a brief second. And before I knew it, I got shot. Scared the living daylights out of me. You scared the shit out of me. Fucking hell. All that. Honestly, I just didn't expect it. It had been so quiet, and then just suddenly, yeah, window angle. It was a nice little angle, I've got to admit, and the fact that they snuck up. It honestly, it made me jump, and I've not had a jump scare properly like that in Hunt in a very long time. So yeah, that was I got a bit of a rush out of that, but yeah. Anyway, so starting to get my eye in a little bit, so I decided to switch it out of the wildfire maps into just the regular old maps, and picking back up the Vetterli Cyclone, which very much is my all-time favourite gun. But I was getting my eye in, so I was feeling happier about you know, how returning was going, and I was ready to pick up a gun which was a little more specialised. There were two very good hits. I was very happy with that. So, saw the beetle. And I was like, you know what? Let's push this. They hit me quite a few times. That was pretty good. Obviously why I hid around here, but I couldn't just sit there in the window. I had to get out and actually start pushing them a little bit, you know. Vetterli Cyclone's a pretty aggressive gun to use, so I wanted to make the most of it. Got the kill there, which I'm happy with. Yeah, I mean, you know, I was really happy with that. This little duo wipe. Just felt really good. So, Salter's pork. I had the feeling there was someone around. And I was looking, I spawned in, and I looked up towards the bridge in the north spawn point, and couldn't see anyone, so I started to feel okay, but I had a sneaking suspicion, and then, yeah, we had that. And you may have saw on the left hand side there, that you could clearly see him, but just didn't see him, and he was out of the corner of my eye. But we got out of that hurt, but not down, and that's the main thing. Just yeah, really didn't see him crouching there in the So dealing with healing up and everything, he clearly goes upstairs. I'm just trying to work out, did he jump inside, is he running around the back, yeah, what's going on here? So, at this point, that told me everything I needed to know. They were down on the other side. Still down, you know, picking up an altar. But I'm just trying to decide what I want to do, how I want to do it. Because we're at this kind of annoying stage of I'm in the open. I don't want to like peek around the corner too much because I feel like they'll see me. He'll see me. So I figure rotating around the outside was probably the best move. I kept an eye on this house just in case they did actually run inside here. Turns out there was actually two of them. At this point I only knew about one of them. So my idea was to try and get round behind them. Figured I'd risk it. I think I heard someone going dark side in the south direction. Which is why I'm a little bit like, someone's down here. And then we hear the footsteps creeping about outside. And it turned out to be a zombie. It's amazingly rare how much that happens. But you know, I'm still tuning into the sounds essentially. But of course, we also got an armor downstairs, which is putting up steps. And then we see him. We see our guy sitting there. But typically choose that particular moment to come and attack us. Which is always fun. It's exactly what we want every single time. The AI, honestly, drives me mad. So this was probably not a good idea, peeking. But then the second person chose to reveal themselves and crouched at the corner, which allowed me to, you know, take their little headshot. I figured, you know. Excuse me, sharks. I figured at this point, you know, these two are clearly duos. Like, they were both looking this way. They're clearly a duo. Best thing to do is to chill and watch his body. Right. What else is there to do? So we're waiting for like 4-5 minutes, something like that. Just kind of chilling, watching his body. I was like, just gonna let the other guy make the move. And he did what I almost actually expected him to do. Rather than picking up, was to actually rotate all the way around. And we hear the steps again. But this time, it was definitely him. Red Barrow's giving me a lot of anxiety right now, but I had a feeling he couldn't see it. That was my time. That was risky. That was a risky move, but it worked out, and that's the main thing. So the confidence is getting back up there. I'm doing better. I'm killing duos. I'm getting the getting my eye in again, which is good. So yeah, approaching a fight at Blanchett. This, I believe, was the boss. But lots going on. And I wanted to, in this case, take my time a little bit. See how to approach the situation. I feel like this this little area is kind of not tough to attack, but it's not easy to attack. You do have the high ground, which does help in terms of just overseeing. The thing is, I feel like it's just tough to fight in, regardless of attacking or defending. Okay, so it was definitely not the boss. At this point, I'm just trying to get a good angle and a good reaction to when I see him. Right, that wasn't bad. He's on the run. Turns out there's two of them. Or at least a new team. Either way. Either way, definitely need to rotate background. Because we got at least someone on the other side and someone in the middle. I really wanted that penny kill, and that would have worked, I feel like, if that was a better shot. Got the Joe. Uppercut P, man. Uppercut P. So good. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you would like to see more videos from yours truly. And let me know how you guys get out of your ruts. How do you get out of your rusty moments and your rusty, returns back to Hunt? Has anyone come back from like years of playing or not playing and had to kind of like relearn the game? How's it been for you guys? But either way, have a good one, and may your hunts be bountiful.